Hello students, how are you? I hope all are well. So first of all, I welcome all of you to our YouTube channel. This is Python video lesson number 43. For the past few lessons, we studied about CSV files, comma separated value files, how to read data from the comma separated value files, as well as how to write data into comma separated value files using reader, dict reader, as well as writer, dict writer. That is what we studied for the past few lessons. In this lesson onwards, we are going to study about the new topic that is called as data manipulation through SQL. Data manipulation through SQL. That is what we are going to study from this lesson onwards. Data manipulation through SQL. That is what we are going to study from this lesson onwards. Before studying this data manipulation through SQL, we must know some of the terms. First one is data as well as information. Then table. Record. Database. dbms. So I hope as a computer science students, as a computer science graduates, some of you may know data, information, record, table, database as well as dbms. Some of you may not be familiar with these terms, even though we are using data, information, so many past few lessons. These words, data, information, we are oftenly used for the past lessons. Those are new to computer science cannot understand. So many teachers as well as so many textbooks gave different definition for these terms. So I like to teach very simple way. First we will see data as well as information. What is the difference between data and information? After that, we'll go for record, table, database, DBM in a simple way, not a very complicated definition, simple definition. Assume this is your classroom. I am taking lesson in one classroom. In whiteboard, I wrote number 3. After that, number 2. That's all. In this classroom, in whiteboard, I wrote number 3 and number 2. I didn't reveal why I wrote number 3 and 2 to any of the students. So all the students will be confused. Why Mr. Selva wrote number 3 and 2 in the whiteboard? Whoever come as a new to our classroom, maybe principal, HOS or new students, however. So everybody will be confused. Why Selva wrote number 3 and 2 until I reveal myself to the students. So this is called as a data. This is called as a data. So this number 3 and number 2 are called as data. So data is nothing but number or word without any meaning. Without any meaning. These 3 and 2 are meaningless. That is what is called as a number or word without any meaning. That is called as a data. So now I changed 3 along with boys, 2 along with girls. Now everybody can easily understand, since it is a classroom, 3 boys as well as 2 girls are studying or sitting in this classroom. Whoever comes to new as a classroom, into our classroom, by seeing these 3 boys and 2 girls in the whiteboard, they can clearly understood. What they understood, 3 boys are studying, 2 girls are studying in this classroom. That's simple. So now the data becomes information. The data becomes information. Fact about something, someone. Fact about something or someone with meaning. Okay, by seeing 3 and 2 alone, you cannot conclude why I wrote 3 and 2. By after writing 3 boys and 2 girls, everybody can easily understand. In this classroom, 3 boys and 2 girls are studying. That is why fact is a truthful fact. Fact about something or someone is called information. So what about record? So here 3 boys and 2 girls are studying. Good, no problem. So I need all the details of the one student. For example, here I like to type Selvam. Now it is one data. Then I like 1001. Again I like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Like this I wrote. Selvam is the name of the students. Out of 3 boys are there. Out of the 3 boys, Selvam is a 1 boy. So 101 is his registration number. 10 is Tamil mark. 20 is he got English mark. 30 maths, 40 science, 50 history and geography. This is the mark list for Selvam. So here we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 data are there. All are interrelated. All are interrelated. Or details of Selvam. That is what is called as a record. So record is a collection of interrelated. Collections of interrelated data. All data are related to Selvam. That is what is called as a record is a collection of interrelated data. Good. What about table? Collections of records. Collections of record. Now I need 5 students details. Here we are having only 1 student details. Similarly here I like to type Sarika. Registration number. Tamil marks, English marks, math mark, science mark, as well as history mark. Likewise, I have Guru, Yedil, Sendil, and then that's all. Only 5 students are studying. So I need collections of record is called as a table. Here one table is forming rows and columns. Okay, so that is what we call collections of record. So what about database? Collections of tables. Here our class students table only is there. Assume these 5 students are studying in 10th A. Okay, next classroom, 10th B, there may be 6 students are studying. 10th C, there may be 10 students are studying. So likewise, I like to create so many tables. One table for one class, one table for one classroom. Okay, that is why the database is a collections of table. That's good. So what do you mean by dbms? Dbms is a database management system. Database management system. Okay, so it is a software application for interaction between user and database. User and database. So if you want to create a new database, after that into the database, if you want to create a one table, into the table, if you want to create collections of records, we need database management system. After that, if the table is no more needed, if you want to delete the table, we need database management system. After some time, if you don't want the database itself, what you create previously, you want to delete it, we need database management system. So database management system is a software application which is used for interaction between user and database. User and database. One more time, SQLite. SQLite. What is this? The simple relational database. Relational database. Relational database management system or dbms system. Database system. Python as. This is simple database management system. Python as native library for SQL. So, what is SQLite? SQLite is a simple database management system. Database management system. Why we are studying only SQLite? Python as a native library for SQLite. Any other database management systems are there? There are so many database management systems are there. Example. Previously we were using dbase. That is long ago. I think 1970s or 1980s. We are using dbase. After that, Foxbase, Fox Pro. These are the name of the software application which is used as a dbms. And then Oracle or Access, Sybase, SQL Server, and MySQL. Likewise, so many dbms are there. Out of this, SQLite also one. SQLite is also one. So SQLite is a simple relational database management system. Why we are studying this SQLite only? Because Python as a native library for SQLite management system. Once again, I like to inform you, database manipulation, data manipulation through SQL. Data is a number or word without any meaning. So, information is a fact about something. That should be a truthful fact. Truthful fact about something or someone. Third one is record. That is collections of interrelated data. Table. Collections of records. Database. Collections of tables. DBMS, Database Management System. It is a software application for interaction between user and the database. Example, dbase, Foxbase, Foxpro, Access, Oracle, Sybase, SQL Server, MySQL, SQLite. SQLite, it is a simple relational database management system. Python as native libraries for SQLite. That is what. So this is not a very good explanation for this term, but I can assure you this is a simple definition for this term. Many teachers, many lecturers say different definitions. That's also true. Okay. So as a beginner, it is enough for you. What do you mean by SQL? SQL is a structured query language. With the help of this only, SQL only, we can use dbms. So SQL is a structured query language. With the help of SQL only, we can use dbms. Very good. Now, So far, we wrote so many programs. Into the program, we are giving some inputs, we are getting some outputs, that's all. In some cases, if you want to store the input for long, for example, we know we wrote one program for addition. We are giving input A for 10, B for 20, C equal to A plus B, print C, that will be displayed, that's all. But my aim is I want to store these values in somewhere else. Afterwards, in next program, I can able to access. Inside the single program, you can able to access. A is a variable which holds 10. B is another variable which holds 20. Good. C equal to A plus B. That's good. Print C. C will be 30. That's all. If you want to access the variable which is used in one program by another program, so it is not possible so far. Now, we want to create one table. Before that, we want to create one database. Into the database, we must create one table. Into the table, we want to store these values. These values by using one program. With the help of another program, we can access the database. Inside the table, we can see the records. We can retrieve the records. That is what usage of dbms. How it's possible? We will see it here. So to use SQLite, we have to follow certain steps. What are they? We will see it now. To use SQLite. Small letters. Even the letter is a capital letter, all are small letters. SQLite 3. We have to follow steps. Follow the steps. The first step is we must import SQLite 3. Just like CSV we imported previously. Second step is create a connection. Create a connection using function. Connect function and pass the name of database name. We have to pass the database name. The database is already exists. Will be deleted and created. Will be deleted and newly created. If not, otherwise, that means if it is not, otherwise it will be open. Third step, set the cursor. Set the cursor object. Set the cursor object. Set the cursor object using cursor function. Then fourth one, all SQL statement. All SQL statement should be closed in double quotes. Okay, so these four steps we must follow. So now I will write one small program to create one database. Into the database to create one table. Into the table to insert some of the records. That is what our aim. How we can do it? ERG create database table and insert records using SQLite 3. So what are the steps we have to follow? First, we have to import the SQLite. That is the first one. Import SQLite. This is the first step. Import SQLite. Next one is we have to create a connection. We have to create a connection. Connection 1. Connection 1 is the name of the connection. Connection 1 equal to SQLite 3 dot connect. This method. Okay. So inside the bracket, we have to pass the name of the database as an argument. What name you have to give it? Whatever name you want, you can give it. Here I am giving academy dot db. Don't forget the extension of the database should be db. In SQLite, the extension will be db. So this line creates academy.db as a database, as a one database. So and next one is we have to create next step cursor one, cursor object, cursor one, that is connection one dot cursor. This cursor method creates cursor one object. Cursor one is the object. Okay, so database already created. This database is open. Cursor object is created. That's good. Now we must write one SQL statement to create a table. To create a table, we must write one SQL statement. After that, the SQL should be executed. Then only table will be created inside the academic.db database. Okay, this is the SQL statement. So already we studied all SQL statements should be enclosed within triple quotes. 1, 2, 3 triple quotes. What is the statement? Create table. Create table. Here we have to give table name. So I have the table name is student. Student is my table name. Create table student. Okay. So within bracket, I have to mention the field name or heading name. For example, here see this is Selvam. 101, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This Selvam above name, registration number, Tamil, English, Math, Science, History. If you wrote this name, Tamil, English, Math, Science, I'll write it, then you can easily understand. Wrote like this. Then here English, here Math, here Science, here History. You wrote like this. This is the field name. This is the field name. Under name, I like to type only alphabets. Under registration number, Tamil, English, Math, Science, History, I like to type only numbers. Okay, this is the data type. So name is the field name. Under this, I can able to type only alphabet. That is text. Text is a data type. Registration number, Tamil, English, Math, Science, History are the field name. Under this registration number, I can able to type only numbers. So this is called as a field name under data type. Now come here. So here I got to mention the field name. What are the fields we needed? So I like to have some of the fields, that is roll number. Roll number. You know very well, under the roll number, you want to type only numbers. Okay. Here numbers mean integer. Numbers means integer. After that, I need one more, that is student name, yes name. Under the yes name, I like to type only alphabets. So it should be varchar2. Varchar2 is for alphabets. So how many alphabets you can type under yes name? That is size 20. So maximum 20. For example, if I want to type Selvam, Selvam, 6 is enough. If you like type Sarika, Sarika, again 6 is enough. Like this, maximum 20 alphabets we can type under yes name. Likewise, I have to create more than one field. Yes name, then I like to type section, A section, B section, C section. This is the third field. It can have only single character, A section or A, B, C. So care is enough. Care of, that's all. Care of 1. Then gender status. Gender. That also 1 is enough. Gender care of 1. After that, I want to type average. So here with the decimal point, registration number will be 101, 102, 103 without decimal point. For decimal point values, that is floating values, you must type decimal. Number will be 5,2. 5,2 means it can allow 5 numbers including decimal places. After decimal point, 2 decimal places is allowed. So 5 is the total places, 2 is the after decimal point. So we can able to type only 5 numbers including decimal point. 2 means after decimal point, you can able to type only 2 decimal places. That's for example 98.22. It's okay. 98.22. 5 places are over. After decimal point, you can able to type only 2 places. Then, so that's all. After that, I want to type birth date. Underscore date. So here it should be mentioned as a date. Close bracket, semicolon. Each and every SQL statement should be ended with a semicolon. After that, once I will check it up. Create table student, roll number, integer, comma, yes name, varchar 2 of 20, section, care of 1, comma, gender, care of 1, comma, average, decimal, 5,2, comma, birth date, comma, date. That's good. Now we create one SQL statement. This SQL statement should be executed. Then only table will be created. Table will be created in the name of student. So student has the following field: roll number, yes name, section, gender, average, as well as birth date. This integer is the field data type. Varchar 2 is a data type. Char 1, decimal, date, all are the field data type. Good. Now, cursor 1 dot execute. Execute dot SQL1. Since here SQL1 is a small string, this string is executed. After executing this line, cursor 1 dot execute of SQL1, student table will be created with field of roll number, yes name, section, gender, average, birth date. Okay, that's good. So already academic.database created. Into the academic database, student table is created. Good. Now we like to insert table, database created, table is created. Now we must include or insert some of the records. How? Same SQL statement creating. Insert into. Insert is a one SQL statement which is used to insert the records into the table. Which record? Insert into student values. This is a syntax we have to follow. Open bracket. Here we must type the value first for roll number, then yes name, then section, gender, average, and the birth date. So what is the roll number? 101 is the roll number for Selvam, first student. Okay, come on. Here, Selvam. Selvam should be enclosed within single quote. How do you know very well? Selvam is a string. So 101 is a integer value. So no need to single quotes. Selvam should be stored under yes name. Since it is a varchar 2, this is the text or string that should be enclosed within single quotes. Good. After that, he is studying a section. This is also a character. It's stores under section. Gender is a male. Single quotes. average. Since average is a decimal, it is a number. No need to place within single quotes. We can directly type it. 92.2 decimal places we can type it. 50, comma. Is date of birth we have to mention. So even though date of birth comes under date data type, it should be included within single quotes. But don't forget, first we have to type. Sorry. That should be included within single quotes. 1975. After that, hyphen 07 hyphen 07. The same syntax we got to follow. First year 1974 digit hyphen month 07 hyphen date. So this SQL statement which is used to insert a record 101 Selvam AM 92.50 1975 hyphen 0707 into the table called student. We must execute whatever statement you write. We must execute. Then only it will be cursor one dot. Here, each statement should be entered with a semicolon. Should be enclosed within double quotes. After that, execute it. Execute SQL1. That's all. So same thing we can copy and paste. I like to insert 4 records. 2, 3, 4. Values on we can change it. First we are having Selvam here. Selvam, we can have Sarika. Sarika, see it is a B section. She is a female. 99.5. Here we can type birth date. 2005. 8th month. 23rd. After that, one more student. 103. Guru. Is showing A section male. 1.50. His date of birth is 1974. 5th month. 10th day. The last student. 104. Name is Yedil. He is studying in B section like this. She is female. His code mark is 32.50. Random and typing 32.50. 1980 06 June month 21st. Okay, so 4 records are inserted. Database is created. After that, table is created. Into the table, we insert the 4 records. Good. So main thing, at last one main thing is there. So this work will be permanently stored if we put here connection dot. Connection one dot commit. Then only it will be permanently stored, unless it is not stored. We have to close the connection. Connection one close. That's all. Okay. So now we can type. Table is recorded. Record is created. Academic database. Database created. Then student table. Student table. Created. Then 4 record inserted. We'll check it out. First import SQLite. It should be SQLite 3. Then connection on SQLite 3.connect academy.db. Cursor 1 equal to connection 1 dot cursor. Okay. That SQL1 equal to create create table student roll number integer comma yes name varchar 220 comma section char 1 comma gender char 1 comma average decimal 5 comma 2 comma birthday date semicolon triple quotes. Cursor on the execute executed. Enter into student name 92 okay. Cursor on the execute SQL box. So now I will save the program, compile the program. We will see the output. After that, I will explain you once again. So academic database created, student table created, 4 records inserted. That's all. There is no error since we can consider academic database created, student table is created, into the student table 4 records are inserted. So here import SQLite 3, you know very well. Here we are creating one connection. We are creating one connection. So if we create if database is already exist, will be open. Be open. Otherwise, created and open. That's good. Here we are creating one cursor object. Create cursor one object. Okay. This is the normal SQL statement. This is SQL statement. It executes the SQL statement. Executes SQL statement. That's the same thing. It's a normal string SQL statement. It executes the statement. Everything okay. So at last here, it makes permanent changes permanently. Database permanently. That's all. So once again, I will teach you. So you are importing, we are creating one connection. Here academic table is newly created. So cursor is created. This is a normal SQL statement to create a one table with field name, roll number, yes name, section, gender, average, and birthday. It executes the SQL statement. Then only student table will be created. This is the statement to insert the record. So insert into student values 101 Selvam A M 92.50 1975. This is it. So if it is a string, that if anyone field is declared under varchar 2 as well as char as well as date, the value should be enclosed within single quotes. If it is declared under integer data type, there is no single quotes. That's good. So one insert into student, this record, this SQL one is executed. So that means it inserts this record into the table student. Similarly, this record is inserted, this record is inserted, this record is inserted. Until now, it is only temporary. So we want to make it as a permanent. So connection one that commit. It makes changes done in database permanently. Good. So at last, connection one is closed. This will be displayed. Academic database created, student table created, 4 records are inserted. That is what we studied. So where the record is already inserted, we cannot see it now. How we can retrieve the data from the database, that we will study in the next lesson. In this lesson, we studied data manipulation through SQL. Data, information, data, information, record, table, database, and the dbms. What are the steps required to use SQLite? That is period. First, we must import SQLite 3. Then we must create a one connection using connect method. Afterward, we have to create a one cursor object. At last, SQL statement we have to write. That SQL statement should be executed. At last, we must commit the connection. That's not very simple. Today, I stopped here itself. I hope all of you understand this lesson. Next lesson, we will study a little bit more. Until then, thank you, students. Bye-bye.